A suburban emergency roadside assistance driver shares several experiences from years responding to disabled vehicles on long stretches of interstate highways. He isn't emotionally broken or isolated. He's practical, married, and good at his job. The recurring anomaly. Occasionally drivers call for help from locations that physically exist, but upon arrival, no disabled vehicle is there. Instead, witnesses nearby remember the stranded car differently every time. Not the same car changing, different people remembering different cars. The narrator initially treats these as dispatch mistakes. Then he discovers every false call happens on roads where lanes were redirected after major construction projects. Escalation becomes immediate decision-making under uncertainty rather than evidence accumulation. The horror centers on choosing who to help when multiple people insist contradictory realities are true. Ending. The narrator realizes one emergency call he answered years ago might have been from himself. See, full narrative script. I drove roadside assistance for almost 9 years. People think it's a simple job until they do it. They imagine flat tires and dead batteries. And sure, some days that's all it is. But you spend enough years driving highways at 2 in the morning and you start seeing parts of people's lives they never planned on sharing. Arguments, panic attacks, families stranded in rain, kids asleep in back seats while parents pretend everything's okay. Mostly you're solving ordinary problems. Mostly, I like the work because every day had a beginning and an end. Someone needed help. You showed up. You fixed something. Done. Go home. Eat dinner. Sleep. My wife used to joke that I liked helping cars more than people. Maybe a little. Cars make sense. People don't always. The first call happened during my 4th year. Middle of October. Cold enough for jackets. Not winter yet. Dispatch sent me to assist a disabled sedan near mile marker 214 on Interstate 61. Engine issue. Single driver. Hazards active. Routine. I grabbed coffee from a gas station and headed out. About 20 minutes later, I reached the location. No car. Not unusual. People give bad descriptions all the time. I drove farther. Turned around. Nothing. I called dispatch. Confirmed details. Same location. Same report. Female caller. Blue sedan. Hazards active. I sat there another 10 minutes. Empty road. Finally dispatch. Tried calling customer back. No answer. Cancel call. That happened occasionally. People got rides. Fixed issues. Changed minds. I forgot about it. 3 weeks later I got another. Mile marker 214. SUV with blown tire. Family inside. Same stretch. Same side of road. Again. Nothing. I searched shoulders. Ramps. Nearby exits. Nothing. Called dispatch. This time another driver nearby radioed in. Said he passed disabled pickup around 214. Not SUV. Pickup. Dispatch got confused. Asked for clarification. He insisted. Pickup truck. Red. Family standing outside. I remember frowning. Because there was no pickup either. Nothing. Empty highway. Then another trucker chimed in. Said he saw a white van. Not pickup. Not SUV. Van. All near same marker. Everyone sounded annoyed. Like everyone thought somebody else was wrong. Dispatch eventually canceled. I didn't think much about it then. Road workers had recently changed lane layouts through construction. Temporary barriers. Exit shifts. Maybe mile readings got screwed up. Made sense. A few months passed. Then one rainy night, I got another. Mile marker 214. Compact car. Driver reporting smoke. By then I actually laughed. Told dispatch. Again. Silence. Then operator said. Again what? I explained. Pause. Then. You've never mentioned that. Weird response. Not creepy. Just weird. I drove out anyway. Ray made visibility awful. Road shine everywhere. Headlights reflecting. About half mile before marker 214, I saw hazard lights ahead. Finally, blue flashes through rain. I felt relieved immediately. Pulled closer. Shoulder empty. Lights gone. I slowed. Nothing there. No car. No tire tracks. Nothing. Just wet pavement. I sat maybe 30 seconds. Then noticed a truck parked farther ahead. Driver standing outside smoking. I pulled beside him. Asked if he saw a disabled vehicle. He nodded immediately. Silver SUV. I said dispatch reported compact car. He looked confused. No. Then after a second, actually maybe sedan. He frowned, looked back toward highway. Then, I don't know, the way he said it bothered me. Like he genuinely stopped trusting his memory halfway through speaking. I drove home uneasy that night. Not scared, uneasy. I started paying attention afterward. Marker 214 calls happen maybe every few months. Always different vehicles. Always stranded motorists. Always urgent enough to respond. Never anything there. Other drivers remembered different things. Descriptions changed constantly. One swore there was a motorcycle. Another remembered a minivan. Another described a couple standing beside headlights. No agreement. No consistency. Except location. Eventually, I asked dispatch for call history. Mostly curiosity. The operator printed records. Dozens of assistance requests. Years worth. Different callers. Different vehicles. Same location. I remember sitting in break room, staring at paperwork while eating vending machine crackers, trying to figure out what connected them. Accidents maybe, dead zone issues, signal routing problems. Then I saw something. Construction maps. Years earlier, interstate lanes shifted permanently around that area. Major redesign. Road widened. Old sections closed. New pavement laid over existing routes. Nothing exciting, except one thing. Marker 214 technically moved. Not much, just enough. Old 214 and current 214 weren't identical locations. Close, not same. I asked an older driver named Carl if he remembered. He stared a while, then said, "Yeah." Pause. Bad wreck happened during construction. I waited. Multi-car pileup. Another pause. Night work. I asked how many people died. Carl shrugged. No idea. Then, a lot of confusion after. That was all. Carl wasn't much for talking. Months later, I finally saw something. Really saw something. Cold January night. Around 1:40. Dispatch call. Disabled vehicle. Marker 214. I almost declined. Seriously. But habit won. I headed out. Road empty. No traffic. Dark. About quarter mile from marker, I saw headlights ahead. Car parked shoulder side. Hazards blinking. Real. Definitely real. Silver sedan. I felt this strange relief. Like finally. I pulled behind vehicle. Grabbed flashlight. Stepped out. Cold wind hit immediately. I walked toward driver's side. Windows dark. Nobody inside. Then I noticed driver door standing open. Just slightly. I looked around. Nothing. No footprints. No people. No sounds. Then headlights appeared behind me. Passing vehicle slowed. Driver rolled window down. Middle-aged guy. He shouted, "Are you okay?" I said yes. Asked if he'd seen driver. He looked confused. Then said, "What driver?" I pointed. Toward sedan. He stared. Long silence. Then, truck. I frowned. What? Disabled truck. He pointed toward empty shoulder. My stomach dropped, because there wasn't anything there. No sedan. Nothing. I turned immediately. Shoulder empty. Car gone. Just gone. I actually stepped backward. Looked around. Nothing. Middle-aged driver looked uncomfortable suddenly. Then drove away. I sat in truck another 20 minutes. Hands cold. Heart racing harder than made sense. Eventually dispatch canceled. No callback. No customer response. I started avoiding 214 calls after that. Swapped assignments. Traded routes. Anything. Didn't matter. Sometimes dispatch had no choice. One summer afternoon, I responded to another. Heavy traffic. Bright sunlight. Different feeling entirely. Part of me felt safer during day. Stupid maybe. But daylight changes things. When I reached 214, traffic slowed badly. Accident ahead. Police. Ambulance. Tow truck. I figured coincidence. Passed scene slowly. Then saw vehicle involved. Roadside assistance truck. My company's truck. Same model. Same markings. For a second I thought maybe Carl. Or another driver. Then I saw number decal. Unit 32. Mine. My truck number. I stared so long someone honked behind me. By the time I pulled over farther ahead, my hand shook. I called dispatch immediately. Asked who drove Unit 32. Silence. Then, you do. I said no. No, I mean accident. Silence. Then confusion. No accident reported involving assistance vehicles. Nothing. I drove back. Scene gone. No police. No ambulance. Empty highway. Just traffic. Normal traffic. I actually called my wife after. Didn't tell her details. Just wanted to hear somebody normal. Somebody outside roads. Outside work. She asked if I felt okay. I lied. Said tired. After that, things got worse. Not more frequent. Closer. One night, dispatch transferred customer directly. Man sounded panicked. Heavy breathing. Said engine died. Dark road. No cars nearby. I asked location. Of course. Then he said, hurry. Normal enough. Then, I think somebody's parked behind me. I asked if he saw police. No answer. Just breathing. Then, they keep pulling up. I frowned. They? Silence. Then quietly. Roadside trucks. Cold went through me immediately. Not panic. Recognition. I asked what he meant. He said, 3 trucks. Pause. Maybe 4. Then, they're waiting. I asked vehicle description. No response. Then call disconnected. I sat there staring at phone. Didn't go. Couldn't. Sent state assistance instead. Next day, dispatch said troopers found nothing. No vehicle. No caller. No record. Months passed. I transferred divisions eventually. Closer routes. City work. No highways. Life normalized. Mostly. Last week, my wife asked me something strange during dinner. Very casually. Like nothing. She said, do you remember calling me years ago from the interstate? I looked up. Asked when. She frowned. Saying your truck broke down. I stared. Because that never happened. She looked confused. Said I sounded upset. Said I kept asking where I was. Then she laughed a little. Said eventually I figured it out. I told her she remembered wrong. Immediately I regretted saying it. Because she looked genuinely hurt. Not defensive. Certain. Then she said, you asked me what vehicle you drove. I didn't say anything. She kept eating. Conversation moved on. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. Later that night, after she slept, I checked old phone records. Scrolled years back. And there was a call. 3 minutes long. Made around 1:53 a.m. From me. To her. Date looked familiar. I checked calendar. Construction anniversary. Same week. Same year. I sat there a long time. Then opened dispatch archives online. Searched historical assistance calls. One result appeared. Unresolved roadside request. Location. Mile marker 214. Vehicle. Roadside assistance unit. Caller information unavailable. I haven't driven out there. I won't. Because I keep thinking about something. That caller years ago sounded terrified. And if that really was me, if it was, then one thing doesn't make sense. I never asked my wife where I was. I already knew that. The question she remembers is,